Well, good evening, good morning, whatever time of day it is when you watch this. For me, it's going on 11 o'clock at night on the 8th, but this is my video for the 9th of April. And the title of it is The Double-Edged War on Humanity. Most people have heard of one side or the other of this insidious war that keeps us enslaved to fiction and unable to realize a truly fulfilling human life. On the one side, our natural person, our human side has been corrupted, made into a corporation with no rights whatsoever. Spiritually, there has been a war on our human identity, denouncing it as ego, something to be denied. For ages, this double-edged battle against human life has waged on, with few even recognizing it because of its prevalence. We think, well, that's just the way it is. But no, it's the way we've been programmed by the dark side, whatever you want to call that. Until we recognize that our humanity and our identity are what gives meaning to life, we will continue to be abused, suffering disappointment after disappointment and living unfulfilled lives. Only in this generation are we waking up to this sad reality, which can also open the doors to new and unexpected possibilities. And then I include my PayPal link. Now, it's interesting because I just came back a little bit ago from a discussion group in which there were different points of view being expressed. One of the people in the group is actually moving from the United States to India, and he believes that the ultimate spiritual accomplishment is to move beyond the ego, to merge with the divine, and you lose your identity and you become no thing, no person. I don't completely understand what that looks like, and I don't think anybody's ever actually done it, but it is a belief system that people have put that as something to be attained, something to be realized uh, in life, is to get out of identifying with everything. So I'm nobody. So whatever happens to me is just an illusion anyway. That's the Eastern mindset, which permeates a lot of Western minds in our current time frame. I want to go back though to actually reading the let's see the first 5 verses from John chapter 1 in the King James Version. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. And let me just see something. There was another verse here that I might want to read too. And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. Now, as those of you that have been listening to my videos for any length of time realize, I was raised as a fundamentalist Christian. And I shared tonight, we were sharing some of our mystical experiences. And when I was just a boy, for a period of, I don't even know how long it was. All I know is that when I came back to myself as a physical being, I was embarrassed because I was the only one standing in the entire church. But I was just a boy, and I touched God. But I was embarrassed as a human being, but thrilled that I went somewhere, wherever that somewhere is. But we were talking about mystical experiences of transcending our human identity. And I'm not saying that in fact, I'm saying that that's a good thing. We need to see that we are more than just the physical body. We are more than just the ego, but we are the ego, and God became flesh. Why? Why would God become flesh if that wasn't something positive? If that was a negative thing to become flesh, why did God do it at all? Now you say to me, Ron, you're reading from the Bible and that's BS, and some people believe it is. I don't. I believe there's truth in the Bible. I believe there's also error in the Bible. I don't believe the Bible is the Word of God. I believe the Word of God is what God speaks to us as living beings, heart to heart. He speaks it right into our being, and it becomes life for us. Uh, and the life is the light of men. And it's the life of men. It's our life. It's our light. It's our truth. It's everything. And we have had that taken away from us by religion. That is egocentric. Now I said denouncing it as ego. Well, to be egocentric means you only see from your perspective and nobody else matters. So you can be selfish and self-centered and even evil and do bad things to other people because you don't. Your ego is totally out of balance. I'm not talking about an out of. I'm not talking about an out of balanced ego. I'm talking about having an identity. God became flesh, and we beheld His glory. Okay, we beheld it in a man, Jesus. Now some say that's a myth. Whether it's a myth or not, it's something that is real to me because it speaks to my heart. It may not speak to your heart at this time, or it may. I'm not trying to convince you of a religion. I'm trying to point you in the direction that will liberate you so that you can have a fulfilled life. And you can't have a fulfilled life if you're in denial of a part of your existence. And ego and body are part of your existence right now in time and space. Right here on this planet Earth, right now in 2016, you have a body, you have an identity, you've been given a name. You may choose to give yourself another name. People have done that. I never did, but people have done that, unless you want to say Paradox Man is my other name. But in any case, we have to get beyond the lies and the limitations imposed on us by governments and religion and by a systematic denial of everything that's decent. As I said, one of the things they did is they turned us into corporations, which is a legal fiction. That's what a corporation means. It's a legal fiction. It's a legal entity, but it's a fictional entity. It's not real. We are the creditors, really the creditors. Everything was given to us. It belongs to us, human beings. It doesn't belong, nothing belongs to corporations. Nothing. Everything that the corporations claim is a lie. It comes from the pit of hell. We need to understand the war on humanity if we're going to rise above it and conquer it. We can only conquer it by you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. But you have to know the truth. And the truth is you are not a fiction. The truth is you are not an ego, but you have an ego. You are bigger than that, but you have that. And you have a body. And you are a human being. And you do live on planet Earth in a particular time, in a particular space. This is your identity. This is your reality. And what we do with this reality is going to determine how we are going to be able to change the reality. If we're going to keep living the lies and keep living in denial, we're not going to ever achieve peace on earth. It's always going to be in some other lifetime or in some other place. That's not what I live for. And I want you to consider what I'm saying. I want you to think about it, because there are lots of lies that have been told to keep you from becoming the best you can be. And I want you and me and every other man and woman on this earth that's willing to become the very best we can be, so that we can love one another and we can literally create paradise out of earth. Thank you for listening, and namaste.